Hey there everybody, High Mileage Rider here, and today is episode 6 of our restoration of our project bike, the 1991 Honda Goldwing SE. Today we are going to try and polish the head covers of the motorcycle. A buddy of mine dropped off his Dremel with all of his polishing and grinding tools, so we're going to give it a try. If you're interested, we'll see you in a minute. Okay, we're back. Let's turn this camera around and show you what we're dealing with. Okay, we're going to start on the left head. And as you can see, there's lots of pitting, roughness. I'm not exactly sure what you call it. But we're going to see if we can grind that off and then use some aluminum polish to make her look like brand new. I'll be back in a second when I have the Dremel. Okay, so we tried to use the Dremel with a polishing applicator on it, nothing too aggressive. And while it did take off the crap that is on the cylinder heads, as you can see, it also will take off the regular finish. And I don't want to do that. So I will just drive with them looking the way they are till the winter. And then I'll probably look to buy myself a new set of heads and replace them to get something that looks a little bit nicer as we do cosmetic work over the winter. So much for that great idea. What I'm going to do instead is continue to clean the bottom of the bike. Now let's see if we can give you a view here of what it looks like. So all of that tar we will try and get off, and then we'll see you soon. So instead what we're going to do today is we're going to work on the exhaust slip-on tips. As you can see, there's some surface rust starting, and the other side looks exactly the same. So we're going to use our Never Dull, which is meant for aluminum and stainless steel products, and see how it will polish these up. We'll see you in a bit. Okay, so after some further investigation on these slip-ons, what looked like just surface rust, if we come over to the side, you can see there's one hole there that goes all the way through, and two holes on the other side that go all the way through. So unfortunately, I'm not going to waste any time trying to polish these up. That's like polishing a big turd. Over the winter, I'm just going to then replace these slip-ons. And I might even consider going with the slip-on that has 3 tips that come out the back, because it looks pretty cool. Another part that we're unfortunately not going to be able to save is this foot stand piece. We'll get a new one of those. We will order some new engine guards, some new highway pegs, the engine cases, and then whatever this piece is that holds it on. And we'll do that for both sides. And so far that looks like about it. Just the slip-ons, those cases, and the engine guards, the highway pegs. The rest of the bike has cleaned up really nice. So I guess we'll go back to cleaning tar underneath the bike. Kind of an uneventful episode here, given that all the stuff I wanted to do, it doesn't make any sense to do because we're just going to replace those parts. But that's the way it goes, I guess, on a restoration. Anyways, we'll see you in a bit. Okay, we're back again. right after I told you that I wasn't going to waste any time trying to polish up these exhausts. And I'll just remind you what they look like. That side not too bad. And then of course a hole there. And on the other side, and the hole is on the back side of this one. Well, I searched for the last 2 days trying to find an exhaust slip-on for this bike, and nobody has anything. Honda has discontinued, but even when they did have them, they were $1,380 Canadian per side. So like $2,700 for slip-ons for this bike, which is outrageous. Now, thank God they don't have them, because I might be tempted to buy them at that price. So I've checked Vance & Hines, Cobra, Reinhardt, everybody you can imagine under the sun. And finally, at a place called Dennis Kirk in the USA, I found one set of Mack exhaust that apparently will fit this bike. Now, it was a closeout price, so I can't return them, but it was $156 American for both slip-ons, plus the clamps, plus the gasket. So for that price, if they work, great. If they don't work, I'm only out a couple $100. But we're going to give it a try. So in the meantime, I'm going to try and polish these up. I'll try and use some muffler tape or something over those holes, and we'll see if she'll run when we get the rest of the parts from the motor and stuff. And yeah, we'll give it a go. I'll show you what these look like after I polish the turd. Okay, so we're back. So let me show you what I used first. Good old soap and water to get the grime off. And then Never Dull, which comes out like a Scotch-Brite pad. You rip it out. It's got some juice impregnated in it. And it's for, they call it a magic wadding polish. The next thing I used after that was Autosol. And this is a metal polish. Funny thing, we were out riding the other day. We stopped to get something to eat. And up pulled an 80-year-old man, or he looked 80 years old, on this exact bike, a 1991 GL 1500 SE Goldwing. Same color, everything. His bike was in immaculate shape. He only had 163,000 kilometers, though, so barely broken in. But anyways, let's show you how this turned out. Now this is the side that has the hole on the end. And what I did was I used some silver muffler tape over the hole. And then when we walk around to the other side, still corrosion on the tips, can't do much about that. And I can't get my camera in the back to show you, but I used that same muffler tape on the back side on 2 holes. So we'll see how that turns out. Okay, so that only took 3.5 hours of polishing, but it turned out pretty good. Now we're going to use that metal polish on the heads to see if it will take that grit and grime and raised whatever that stuff is. We'll call it grime for lack of a better word. Anyways, we'll see you in a bit. Okay, so I found yet another way to put off cleaning these heads, because I know just how much work it's going to be. Instead, I chose something thoroughly disgusting. I decided to clean the center stand and the side stand. The center stand would go up, but then would come down. And I think that's because there was so much shit along where it pivots and the little bolts. So, time to clean a whole bunch of tar and then repaint the center stand, side stand, and then lube it so that it can do proper action. Let's have a look at what it looks like after the fact. I was so excited to start, I forgot to take a video of what it was like before. Let's flip the camera. So, here it is after the fact. nice and cleaned. Up here is where all the grime was, I think preventing the center stand from actuating all the way up. So we cleaned it with soap and water first, then with turtle wax bug and tar remover, then a wire brush, then more washing, let it dry, and 2 coats of flat black paint. Let's go to the other side. And here is the other side. It does now retract all the way up and stays up. And we also did the side stand. I've been looking to find one of these chrome feet and have not been able to find one yet. The closest place I might find one is JP Cycle, but they're currently out of stock. So instead, I'm going to buy some chrome paint and try just chrome painting it to see how that works. Now, tomorrow, for sure, I'm going to attack those heads and see if we can clean them up. Wish me luck.